What's up, everyone? Alex Corey here with cultivatedchange.com. We are continuing our Cultivating Change series. And today we are at beautiful Lake Louise, just north of Asheville in Weaverville, North Carolina. This is just a little offshoot trail from the actual lake, and it's gorgeous. It's got a random little waterfall and an old wheel behind it. It's a nice backdrop. I recently tweaked my low back moving 3 tons of soil or so and wasn't careful enough to brace. So I haven't been doing my usual routine for the last couple days and realized it'd be a good opportunity to touch on the third law of thermodynamics, which is momentum, coming up. Okay, so like I said, I am on an offshoot trail just north of Asheville in Weaverville, North Carolina, and there's a beautiful waterfall behind me next to the actual lake. I saw my first copperhead of the season somehow on a bike ride at Bent Creek the other day, and now I am hyper vigilant about any alcove, this type of area, just hyper vigilant about anywhere snakes may be. And this is also probably the place I've seen the most poison ivy ever in my life. And I'm from New Hampshire, where poison ivy is along stream banks, but it's just everywhere along the trails, anywhere near water down here, lush. So that's something to watch out for. But talking about momentum, so my body breaks down very quickly. It complains about stagnation. If I have to sit for an entire day because I injured my lower back or a knee or something, I don't feel well at all. Like, I just feel lethargic, and my body needs an outlet to do something. Even that's a brisk walk, a light jog, a bike ride, stretching outside. So I'm at the park in Lake Louise and got some body weight bars, and the majority of the reason I love outside parks is just because things just feel better whenever I get sunshine. And they have a pull-up bar, and that's the only thing that I really can't replicate just in a park that a gym would have, is a pull-up bar. If you have a bar, you can basically do all the other essential movements. You can do push-up variations, you can do plank variations, you can do row variations. The only thing that's hard to do without equipment are pull-ups and rows. Having a bar is indispensable. So I'm going to do some light body weight exercises just to get back into the flow of things. And that's the problem, is whenever you're stagnant for even a day or two especially, or a week if you're taken out by an injury or sickness, there is a visceral reaction to just stay where you are. Your body gets very comfortable at whatever you're doing. So if you're coming off of an injury or an illness, do something mild. So that's dynamic stretching, that's light anything, that's some body weight exercise. My tendency is always to go too heavy and too hard when I'm in the gym. So that's just to like do a full strength or hypertrophy set, which would not be conducive to my body right now coming off of a lower back injury. So I'm going to do some stability and core work outside, just in that outside gym, lightly. I'm going to do some push-ups, I'm going to do some probably hanging, some deep squats, nothing intense. I don't need to do any breakdown or traditional strength training. I need to get blood flowing. I need to get back into the grind, as it were. So I need my body to remember what cortisol feels like, what blood flow feels like, get some testosterone, some human growth hormone going. You need to get all those adaptive hormones back in your bloodstream and just start reinstilling that pattern of everyday movement. And that's the hard part. It doesn't need to be anything intense. Whatever you enjoy doing and you will do coming off of an injury, do that. You don't need to follow a specific program. If you take a day or two off, you won't lose anything. You will lose that momentum, and that's the hard part. So if you can, if you're not doing more damage to your body, if you don't need the recovery time, and if you know you'll feel better afterwards, do something light, go for a light jog, and then do a couple of body weight exercises. Do some jumping jacks, do some brief core work, do anything that will get some endorphins going and reinstill that positive feeling that you know you'll have after a workout, because that will cue you to be more likely to do it tomorrow, and then gradually bump up your training as you would have. So I'll go back to my usual strength training probably in about 2 days once my lower back signals that it's okay to do. Definitely do a lot of core work if your knees or your shoulders or any of your connective tissues where there's a lot of hinging going on, if those are signaling that they're stiff, they need some light movement. Core work is the best for everything, just because it doesn't require a ton of range of motion, but it does get all of those elastic fibers pliable, stretching, and signaling to your body that you need to ramp up your metabolism once more. Until next time, guys.